All right, here we are. We're at Philster Holsters. Here
What's
he
up,
is,
everybody?
John. Nice to see you again. Jimmy, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing? Good.
Getting a custom holster made for Jimmy. Jimmy's
Yep.
a friend of mine. He works at Double Action with me, and we have a good time there. And Giovanni, another beautiful, well-behaved pit bull.
Yep.
Thank you for that. What are we doing today?
Well, we're going to do a couple things. First, he wants a outside the waistband holster for his M&P, which is going to, you've seen us do stuff like that all the time. But we're also going to do something whereby we take this sort of pocket clip light and convert it to something that you can wear on your waistband along with your belt. Okay. So we're going to go over a couple steps of how we're going to do that, what we're going to take into consideration, and how we're going to make that functional. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to remove the clip. Present that to you, sir.
Thank you.
And then I'm also going to take the batteries out of it, because some electronics, it's always better to remove the batteries from the things you're working on such that they don't get overheated and cause any kind of problem. So there are your batteries, sir. If you want to make a something for a light, I would always recommend that you are sure that your light can withstand it before you go ahead and do this, because we've seen things. If your light is primarily like a plastic constructed unit that costs a real bargain, there's a pretty good chance that you might crush it after at least one or two runs through the press. And we've seen some pretty high dollar items like that fail over a period of time. And I've spoken to other Kydex makers who stockpile broken Viridians, for example, because they'll put them through the press a couple times and the plastic components start to fail, which not only leads you into a situation where your mold becomes less consistent, but you also ruin the light. So stuff like anything that Streamlight or Surefire makes is
durable,
endlessly durable. We've never had a problem with those. On like the weapon mounted lights, I'll take the switches off of the Streamlight because they're a little on the softer side in terms of plastics. But the rest of the body of the unit is 100%.
Wow.
But if you're working with stuff like Viridian or Crimson Trace, which has like a lot of like lighter weight materials in it, I would exercise a lot of caution in terms of that. But we've got a all aluminum constructed light. We've removed the batteries, we've removed the clip, and what we're going to take a look at here is you can see that it's got a number of ridges along here. And now while we want good definition on this light, in order to retain it properly, we also don't want to run into a situation where it becomes entrapped. So we're going to do a couple little things. We're just going to bust out the blue tape and wrap this up so that we can still get good definition, but the material doesn't overmold into the areas that we
right, just like the guns.
Just like a gun.
All right. Cool. And Jim, you're going with a flat dark earth.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that's a cool color. I like that.
Everyone has flat dark earth. I don't own a single thing in flat dark earth.
Yeah.
Except for that fashion.
I just got a new Drago bag in flat dark earth. Looks sweet with a black AR in it.
It's all about looking good, right?
Yeah, looks and quality. That's what we like.
People ask a lot of questions like, how do I make a XYZ, like a knife sheath as opposed to a gun holster? And it's essentially exactly like making a holster. You just put a knife in it instead. So this is going to be pretty similar to the rest of our process.
Okay. So the tape just prevents overmolding.
Right. While
less
still
friction.
Yeah, while still allowing us to get good definition and retention.
Okay.
Because even if you get like little wrinkles in the tape, those will get pressed out.
Gotcha.
The amount of heat and pressure involved in this process will take down any little wrinkles or what have you, and you'll be able to see the definition of the light, but you're not going to wind up in a circumstance where it's entrapped into the unit.
All right. Well, we'll let you get that taped out, and we'll come back when we see the next step.
All right.
All right. Just came out of the oven.
So what we did is we scored it along here and put it in the oven without splitting it. So what's going to happen is that stays aligned as we put this in the press. So hopefully that didn't take too much time, and we will be able to set this down without disturbing anything too much. Press this evenly on both sides so it doesn't get crooked.
So it's getting custom right to your flashlight.
Right to the flashlight.
Yep.
I love that flashlight.
Yep.
Kiss it goodbye. It's never gonna be the same. Pop.
You need to make some molds with that thing? Too bad there ain't a pop, that ain't a real popular size, or you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna use so much I can kill less if it dies.
So that particular flashlight, what is that? It's a Surefire?
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, Surefire,
That's
I'm sorry, Streamlight, God, SL something or other.
And it's
very small,
It's durable.
very durable.
Okay.
You have thrown that in the rooms 100 times, and,
It's good to know because I'm in the market for a light. I want to make sure I get something decent. 'Cause I don't know.
I believe it was $45.
Man, that's
And,
cheap for a good flashlight. $45.
Did you know that there's a factory up on the boulevard that makes a ton of plastic components for Streamlight? So.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, so this is the molding process.
Yep.
How long will it stay there for?
5-10 minutes maybe.
All
While it
right,
cools
we'll
off.
come back and we'll see. Where we're going.
All right.
All right, what do we got here?
We're gonna see how the flashlight came out.
All right.
I hope we kept enough heat. We slowed down a little bit for the camera, so I'm hoping the definition came out the way I wanted. If it didn't, we can always heat it up and do it again. Oh, it's sticking like we got some good stuff here. Yeah. So there we go. That's going to be pretty good. It's a little generalized based on what we did with the tape and whatnot, so we don't get like too much intrusion. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to cut down the front a little lower than the back, so you can get the light in there really good. And I'll show you that part once we get into cutting them.
So John will do his things and refine that bad boy. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Good deal.
Ron, what do you got there? Let's see what else John does.
TDI K-Var sheath.
That's really cool. What kind of, it's a fixed blade, right?
Yep, fixed blade.
What is it?
This is a
K-bar?
TDI K-Bar.
Sorry.
And this is the sheath.
I know that. Can we see the craftsmanship on that? I can't see it very much. Let's see it. And John, wow, look at all the rivets on that. That's awesome. Look at that. And it's contoured to your body.
Yep.
And how's the retention on it? Awesome, right?
Awesome.
Let's see. Put it in there. Don't cut yourself, please.
I'll cut myself, please. It's a nice little
That's nice, man.
pop.
Let's see. I just want to show how nice he does. Camera's
What we
on
did is we
Oh, with the knife in there.
there. Yeah, put the knife in there, will you?
we sat down with the guys over at Arm Dynamics, Jeff and Mark, and they're big fans of the TDI because it's a $35 like last-ditch emergency use.
It's a good It's a good quality knife.
It's good enough. I mean, you take it out of the box, sharpen it up on a steel or whatever, and the point isn't that you're going to use it all the
That's
time for
awesome.
everything.
Now that's in the waistband, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of people
Very
run
nice.
it between their belt and their pants.
That's what
It's great work, John.
Oh, well, Mikey makes most of them.
Great work, Mike. Mike's the man.
He'll never
Mike.
admit it though.
He needs to eat more now.
So,
Very sturdy.
yeah, the thing is,
Nice work.
Yes.
Mike, thank you. Good work, buddy.
with the TDI, you're not
I wish I had your
expected
weight
to,
problem.
like. So the idea is that you're equipped with a relatively inexpensive small knife, and it's not like for everyday tasks or what have you. I mean, it's like $35. So the only time you're really going to use this is in a serious emergency, where you go for this knife to defend yourself. Keep somebody off your gun or keep somebody out of your personal space when you can't access your gun.
Right.
And you can.
That is really cool.
You can use it with a reverse grip or with a conventional grip, and the idea is you just have this knife and you deliver punches. And there's nothing about this knife that can that doesn't like stick out far in any
Yeah,
direction.
I
such that you can be
like
disarmed.
the size of it,
Yeah,
and I think it's ideal for women too.
yeah. Something that some people do is when they get this, a lot of the sort of like self-defense, women's self-defense thing is they teach you carry your keys in your hand so you can use those as a weapon. Well, what you could do is you could take off these loops and run this on your keychain.
Oh, look at that. That's another.
So
yeah.
if you're carrying your keys, this has enough retention that the weight of your keys can hang off of this. You can deliver a flailing blow with your keys,
Go ahead. Sorry.
or you can remove the knife from your keys and you've got a much more effective weapon.
Yeah.
So we saw that there were like a lot of deficiencies with the stock sheath, which is fine because it basically comes with this sheath for free. It winds up being extremely bulky relative to the stock sheath in terms of its size.
So when you buy the knife, this is what they give you?
Yeah, they give you this, and it's pretty versatile. You can like adjust it and do things with it. But however, the
Yeah.
retention is insufficient.
Yeah, I mean,
like
look at the difference. I mean, if you put them side by side, not that you're knocking anybody's
no,
product,
but I think like that you
it's
get
definitely
this
a step further.
The fact that you get this awesome little knife and a sheath for a certain price, that's great. I mean, you can't knock
The
that.
knife alone for the price is pretty good.
Yeah. However, there are some issues insofar as, first of all, the way the sheath comes up into the grip area that you want to have a positive grip on makes it harder to get a good grip on the knife out of the sheath. And then second of all, if you're in some sort of like entangled situation, this could, potentially fall out and stitch you up. So,
That's not a no-no.
some people think that the retention on this sheath is a little high.
Nah.
First of all, it's always going to come out when you need it to come out. You
Yeah,
grip and
you'll-
rip, and it
you'll
comes
rip
out.
that right out of there.
And second of all, if you're grappling with somebody, it's not going to come out inadvertently.
Yeah,
And what
that's
you can
perfect.
what you can see is that
It's
we
smart.
eliminate as much of the material as we can around here.
Mm-hmm.
We give you a lot of eyelets, so if you want to like adjust the belt loops, you want to carry it in a different way, vertically, horizontally.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take the belt loops off and use it as like a neck knife. You can basically, the sheath is set up, one, to be totally indestructible in the event that, like someone goes for the knife and they can't they're not gonna be able to torque the knife and break the sheath. It's very well reinforced. And then on top of it, you've got enough options with all these eyelets that you can basically set this up to run however you want.
And you have these on your site ready to go.
Well, we're looking at like about a 4 to 6 week wait time on everything, but those are coming
Okay.
down. We're doing our best to keep things in stock if we can. And recently, fingers crossed, knock on wood, we've been delivering certain items faster than we advertised, but
What do they go for?
the sheath itself here is $45.
All right, well, we got the Jimmy's setup done. He's wearing it. How's it feel, Jim?
Very comfortable.
Very
close.
comfortable?
Very
Very-
close profile.
You're outside the waist right now, and your shirt's down. You can't even tell it's there. Here's the finished product. John just got done making it.
That's a full-size gun, too.
Yep,
Not a compact.
that's a full-size M&P, and as you can see, John's holsters and the detail, it's second to none. And then I will show you the other side. Nice. Now, what's the proper terminology for that?
Flashlight pouch?
Just flashlight pouch.
I guess so.
Okay. So you got the flashlight pouch, custom made. You got the full-size M&P holster, custom made, and he also got one of your regular
Single.
mag pouches, single mag pouches to go with it.
Yep.
So it'd be a nice system to have on them. Cool.
Absolutely.
All right, John, thanks again for your wonderful work.
Thanks for coming by
Appreciate
as always, Pete.
it. All right. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Ron, you're the man.